Okay, so today I'm going to make a kind of a PSA video on just the state of shipping companies, right? So, obviously FedEx, there's like Amazon, which is like the golden standard, right? Like if they're like perfection, right? And you have FedEx and UPS. Now, I don't really get a lot of packages from UPS, so we're not going to talk about them in the video, but I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews on them. I don't know. But at least with Amazon, they seem to be pretty freaking good, right? Right? I mean, like, you can. It's like they Febreze your package before they give it to you. Like, pretty much the best delivery service you can get. Now, I don't know if you can actually ship them, use their shipping services to ship stuff worldwide from a personal use. I don't know if you can mail your grandmother that bowl you used from her house and brought home from Christmas last year. I don't know that. But the second that they do get into that ring, because I'm pretty sure they're not in it now, FedEx is probably going to be shitting their pants, okay? Because a couple days ago, the whole thing that triggered this video was I saw a FedEx guy outside, right? So I'm like, oh, cool. I was going to go skateboard anyway, so I went outside, you know, just to grab the package and make it so it's one less thing I have to walk outside later when I don't feel like doing it. So I walk outside, right? And this guy, I open the garage door, right? Just in the lowest voice possible, he goes, hey. Like, scares absolute living daylight out of me, right? I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to get mugged. But it wasn't. I mean, that's just a voice. It's fine. But it just scared me, right? And then this is the ultimate power move. So he continues to stare me dead in the face, right? Drop this package that had my cat's canned food in it, right? That stuff's heavy. There was like 2 big packages of it, right? So he just drops this from waist height, probably like 2.5, 3 feet, and it just hits the pavement, and there was just like a thud, and he continues to walk away without saying sorry or anything. It would have actually been a lot worse if he did say sorry, because it would have been a sarcastic sorry. But, and just walks away, right? So later I go inside, I open it up. Literally every single can in it has a dent in it, right? Which, how do you do it? I don't know. But my point is that somehow, just how? Like, I just don't know why that guy did that. And the thing is that this isn't just a one-time incident, right? This happens a lot. I've never received one frickin' thing from FedEx that doesn't have a dent in it. Yet whenever I get something from Amazon, it's like they'll Febreze it for you. They don't actually do that. Don't expect them to do that. But, it's like, come on, what's up with that? So I decided to look into it, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe it's the numbers, maybe Amazon is shipping less packages, which doesn't seem that likely, but let's look into it. So this is from some charting thing that was the first thing that popped up on Google. Take it with a grain of salt, but this will give you a rough estimate. So in 2020, keep this in mind, they're shipping a lot more packages this year because of the pandemic. It's not exactly cool to meet up with someone to give them something. They shipped 2.54 billion packages, right? Which in itself is a lot, and I think that's a feat to do. But keep in mind, actually, I think that was 2019 because 2020 isn't over yet. My bad. I doubt it's 2020. If not, they're going to have even more packages. But still, that's a big number. And then we go over to the other Google page, right? And it's with Amazon, okay? How many packages did Amazon ship in 2019? So with all things in 2020, at least with the shipping world, I expect the package rates to blow way up and have way more to ship way more stuff, because people aren't exactly cool with going out to the store to buy a pack of crayons for their kid. They'd much rather ship it, and if they live in LA, get it within 15 minutes. That's a LA privilege not most of the world has, but, in 1 to 2 days, you get the package. I don't live in LA, by the way. I just said that because I watch a lot of YouTubers in LA, and they're like, oh, 15-minute shipping. So Amazon shipped in 2019 3.5 billion packages. See, if my math's right, I think math like this is, Amazon's almost shipped 1 billion more packages than FedEx. So tell me, how come FedEx, the packages are so much worse? They arrive in just beat up conditions, right? it just doesn't make sense to me. And this is the thing. It's not like I'm upset. It's more of your parents being disappointed at you, which technically is a lot worse. So then let's head over to this website, right? This is Indeed.com, so fairly reliable. Pretty sure this is for comparing working at Amazon versus FedEx. So overall, Amazon has better reviews by 0.1 stars. Okay, that's okay. So basically, the overall rating for all this stuff that's on the screen now is pretty similar between both of them, varying by a couple percent. But it's pretty much the same for both of them, right? Now, I actually found this a bit interesting. So apparently, less people in Amazon approve of Jeff Bezos, which, I mean, okay, fine, I guess, but the the CEO of FedEx has a 72% approval rate, which I find it's probably just a couple percent, but whatever. So salary satisfaction in Amazon is 9% higher than with FedEx, but keep in mind it's only 59%. Like, you should be striding for, in my very humble and experienced opinion, I'd say 70, 80, 90, maybe 100% is good salary satisfaction. You probably won't get 100% unless you're like a lawyer, make an absolute buck, and just, but, So then, you have the Amazon reviews. Hey, this is Editor Me, and I just wanted to say that the reviews on Indeed.com changed since the time I recorded this, so what you're seeing on the screen obviously doesn't match up, but I swear to God, what I said there was on the actual thing, and it wasn't just me making stuff up. But now there's even 2 1-star reviews, so technically that's worse. Enjoy the rest of the video. That's right, so you have a 3-star good, 2-star alright, blah blah blah, I don't really care about the employees. Well, yeah, that's because of where you live. Nothing Amazon can really do about that. And then a 5-star review, great company, blah blah blah, just raving about it. Then you go to FedEx, so there is 1 5-star, and these are just the 3 ones that are pinned, so it's probably a variety of things. But keep in mind, Amazon, no one from those 3 pinned things said this about Amazon. Awful place to work. Mandatory overtime. Working near the holidays is terrible. Unloading has to go insanely fast, no matter how big or heavy the package is. If you get hurt, no one cares. So at this point, I feel a bit not as angry towards the employees and more angry towards generally just, not even angry, it's not anger that I'm feeling, it's just disappointment towards the general heads of FedEx, mandatory overtime, really. And the last sentence in this, just an absolute banger. No one cares if you get hurt. What? That should be the one thing you're caring about is how your employees health-wise are doing, right? That is bad. You shouldn't have anyone saying that about your company, and if you do, you need to look into it. Then another 3-star saying conditions deteriorated and are getting worse. Okay, so now let's look at the salaries, because maybe these drivers are just fed up, they don't really care. So the packagers on Amazon make about $1 more than an hour than the ones at FedEx. But the things that I'm really interested are the truck drivers and delivery drivers, mainly the delivery drivers, and then also somewhat the package handlers. So a truck driver on Amazon gets close to $16 an hour, where at FedEx it's $15 an hour. Granted, I'm just rounding these or rounding them down. I don't feel like saying the whole number. It's on your screen. You can use your own eyeballs to look at it. Come on. And then with Amazon for a package... with a delivery driver, you get close to $17 an hour. Or with FedEx, you get $756 a week, right? Now, I've never personally really had a job that's this big. You get a paycheck, here you go. The one job that I have worked at was a contract job, so I got paid when the guy had the money. But it was cool. He was a friend of ours, no biggie. But then with that $756 a week, I went and saw how much that was in a year. It's about $65,000 a year. I just wanted to say that I'm an absolute moron and don't know how to do math, but the correct number is the stinky one you're about to see on the screen right now. With that out of the way, let's get back to the video. So then we see the jobs, right? Amazon has 17,000-ish jobs. I believe that means that are open. Whereas FedEx, they last time I checked this, they had 500 something. Now they have close to 700 jobs open. Now, just comparatively, it looks like Amazon's growing a lot bigger, right? I mean, that makes sense. Now, that just doesn't make sense for me when if Amazon's growing bigger and is delivering more packages, in theory they should be more rushed. They have more stuff. So you'd think that Amazon's packages would be in worse condition than FedEx, and right, like FedEx, the less used one, they can put way more time into it. But no, they can't. Or apparently they can't. I don't know. But it's just kind of sus, man. And then, like, seriously though, FedEx, get your crap together. Like, Amazon's beating you everywhere. They have more capacity. They have more job opportunities. They deliver stuff better. I mean, you could put a box inside of a box with a bubble wrapped box inside of that, and that box inside of the bubble wrap would still somehow get a dent in it. This is an over exaggeration. Please don't take this for any advice. But, like, I've literally had boxes inside of a box that had bubble wrap on it, and it was dented somehow. How do you dent that? Like, I'm sorry. There was literal bubble wrap on it. I mean, what? So, yeah, this was just kind of a video I decided to make because I was kind of upset that this guy just dropped a package in front of me and it led down this whole rat hole that, yeah, but seriously, man, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. FedEx, get your crap together. On that note, though, that's going to do it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. This is just me in post saying, dang, I did not expect that video to be 12 minutes long. It's probably a bit shorter when I crop it down, but that was a long one. I intended for it to be like 5 minutes, so I'm sorry if it sounded like I was rambling. But yeah, seriously though, FedEx, get your stuff together. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment something. I don't know, comment. FedEx, get your stuff together. I don't care. FedEx, FedEx, get your packages together because they're in the shipping game. It's funny. Yeah, share this video with your friends if you feel like it. At this point, hopefully I'll grow in 5 years, but at this point I'm I'm probably a brand new channel. So try and share this with people if you agreed with it. And yeah, see you in the next one.